Hey everyone, I saw a post on one of the Facebook groups I'm part of the other day, and they were talking about ringing your banks and asking for a lower rate. It just strikes me that it really shouldn't be a necessity. Your bank should be giving you the best rate, but the reality is, and I know it from past experience, that's not the case. So a while ago we did have quite a bit of finance with AMP, and we found when everyone else's rates went up, they went up. Before that, they were just as competitive as everyone else. But then everyone else's rates came down, theirs didn't come down. When you'd ring them to try and deal with them, they were particularly difficult. They didn't really care. This was before the Banking Royal Commission. And so I basically started a process of refinancing mortgages away from them. And I had one left. And I said to my broker, and I were having a couple of troubles with some stuff. And my broker said, look, why don't you just ring them and see what you can do? And I thought, yeah, I was planning to leave. That's why I hadn't negotiated, but let's just see if this is easier. So I thought I'd let you guys know what happened and how it turned out for me. So this is a phone call that essentially made me almost $3,000 a year. So $2,700. The loan amount is about $144,000. It was an 80% loan on a subdivision site that we bought not far from where we live. The old rate on it for a very long time was just over 6%. I think it was like 6.3. They had dropped it to 5.87. So most of our other loans are well under 4, and this one was 5.87. So that's pretty rough. You can see why we were taking all our properties away from them. So yeah, that meant a monthly payment of about $705. Then I rang them up post Banking Royal Commission, and they were really happy to help. Dropped the rate straight away, didn't have to negotiate. Tried to negotiate and push it a little harder. They didn't want to backdate or give any credit or anything like that. They basically just said, no, this is a discount. It happens from today, but we're happy to look after you pretty well. They dropped it from 5.87% to 3.94%. So my payments per month went from $705 to $473 and change per month. And that's a saving of $232 a month, which totals up to $2,785 a year. So what was essentially a neutral cash flow property that we were just holding for some further development work later suddenly became almost a $3,000 positive cash flow property just by one phone call. Go see your bank, ring them on the phone. There's a script you can actually get off the Barefoot Investor. He has it up on his website. It's pretty simple. It's not complex. Ring the bank, ask the question. The worst they can say is no, you've still got the same rate, but that's a phone call where I almost made $3,000 for a year for one phone call. The other thing I would say is think about going to principal and interest from interest only. These figures are all interest only. I can go to principal and interest if I want to. I just wanted a bit of flexibility here, but I have got fairly massive discounts from going from interest only to principal and interest before. I have a video on here about that if you want to check that out. I had the figures for a slightly bigger loan, but yeah, for similar sort of thing, which I did a while back. Anyway, take it easy, people.